Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Okay. I had to spice it up. I know y'all are sick of watching me teach on video, but you're doing awesome. Please, one more day. Fight hard. I picked Ricky, hey, what's up? I picked the Rocky song because I want you guys to hang in there. Fight for your math today. Fight for your learning. Okay, so we're doing something kind of similar to yesterday where you're kind of trying to figure out the relationship or an unknown. But this is a little bit more fun. And I mean, there's a cupcake on the board. I made a cupcake on the board. I wish hopefully I can make you guys cupcakes or something. Bring cupcakes. If you're good, we'll say that's the deal. Anyways, follow your champs. Y'all know them. I really am not even going to leave them. I'm going to leave them here during the video so the sub knows. Okay? So you guys know these. Raise your hand if you want to say anything. Please don't interrupt while while everybody's listening. So you guys know what you need to do on your assignment today. Because I'm going to expect to see that tomorrow when I get back. Alright? But number one thing you're going to do is I will represent relationships using number pairs in a table. And I'm going to show you what that means. Okay, we've already done it this year, actually, when we first talked about multiplication. So maybe you'll be like, I've done that before. Okay. So here's a real world situation, right? So Reese, if you don't know, guys, Reese loves to cook. She wants to grow up and be a chef. Like, I think that's awesome. So I made a quick problem about her, okay? So Reese is making cupcakes, right? And she's going to put chocolate chips on the cupcakes. And they're like a mixture of like chocolate and vanilla. And so she wants to put those chocolate chips as like just a topping on there. But she's got to figure out like how many chocolate chips she needs for a certain amount of cupcakes. So here's the story. She's going to put 8 chocolate chips on each cupcake. So if I had a highlighter, right, I need to know 8 chocolate chips on each cupcake, right? So I'm going to represent this kind of like relationship on this table, right? Because we're going to do number pairs in a table, all right? So let's say that Reese just makes 1 cupcake, right? Okay? So number of cupcakes, I'm going to come over here. These titles, these subtitles almost, like in reading, are super important to pay attention to, especially when we get down here. So the number of cupcakes Reese makes is going to, the number of chocolate chips she needs is going to be based on that. Okay? So let's say that she makes 1 cupcake. All right? Number of cupcakes, 1. And over here it said that she's putting 8 chocolate chips on each cupcake. So on 1 cupcake, she's putting 8 chocolate chips. So that's just like me drawing 1 cupcake. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. Yeah, that's 8. So putting 8 chocolate chips on that 1 cupcake. Now, if she makes 2 cupcakes and puts 8 on that one because it says 8 on each cupcake, then that would be 2 cupcakes with 8 and 8. That's 16 for the number of chocolate chips. Okay? So you're not really looking at a relationship going this way with the numbers. You're looking at how 1 and 8 are related. Well, 1 and 8 are related because the number of chocolate chips on each is 8. Okay? So if I kept going with that pattern, right, we obviously know that every time she makes a cupcake, there's going to be 8 chocolate chips. So there's going to be 8 more. So plus 8, plus 8, plus 8, Now, we know in math that that keeps happening where it's like repeatedly happening. Instead of doing 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, you could also say times 8, right? So 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, right? Then you could figure out just based off of these relationships, this relationship here, and then 2 cupcakes. 2 cupcakes with 16 means that there's an equal amount on each, so we know that 8 and 8 is 16, right? So we could figure it out that way too. This is also going to help, right? So let's say our next number was 4 cupcakes. They want to know, she wants to know how many number of chocolate chips are going to be on 4 cupcakes. Well, that's 8, 8, 8, and then 8 more, right, is 31, 32. Should have counted that when I was doing it. Is 32. So look what's happening. 8, 16, 24, 32. That thing that Miss Mag makes you do every week. Multiple towers, skip counting. All of it is going to help out with some of these tables. Okay? So if she wants to know 4 cupcakes and the number of chocolate chips she needs is 32. Okay? Now, we know Reese is going to grow up and be a huge, amazing chef. She might go into making cupcakes or something, but she's not just going to make 4 cupcakes. What if she needs to make 12? Right? Because somebody wants a dozen cupcakes, right? So she needs to know how many chocolate chips, right? Well, that's quite a jump right there between... Now, I could keep drawing cupcakes on here, but I would need 12 of them. Whoa. Right? So I could keep going like this and figuring out what is the relationship, or I could use these numbers on here and I could go, okay, 1 has 8 in it. 2 has 16. So if that's increasing every time by 8, then I could just do 12 times 8. I could figure that out, right? I could skip count, do multiple towers. I could jump by 8, right? So if and we're going to work on this a lot tomorrow, but I want you guys to kind of try this. So if I were to ask you to explain what is going on exactly relationship-wise between the number of cupcakes and the number of chocolate chips, you guys would tell me that the number of chocolate chips is 8 times the number of cupcakes. 8 times. Because if I said I took the number of cupcakes here, 2, and I multiply that by 8 times 8, I end up with 16. 4 times 8 is 32. 12 times 8, 96. I could keep going, right? I could do bigger numbers if I needed to. But look at what they all have in common. All the same thing. Okay, so these relationship tables, they show you a relationship between whatever the subtitle is here and here. So somehow these cupcakes and chocolate chips are related, right? Reese is putting chocolate chips on cupcakes. Same amount every time, okay? So we're going to start looking at these tables like this. I want you guys to try to find kind of the missing number on these tables. This is page 3 in your packet that you got from me yesterday, okay? So I want you guys to try looking at these tables right here and how the numbers kind of relate like this, okay? So I'm going to let the sub kind of help you through, maybe walk you through. Don't worry so much about the statements right here. We'll go over that tomorrow. But if you guys can just look at this, see if you kind of catch my drift with this. Cool. Okay? So I am going to be looking, make sure this is done tomorrow though. So get it done, you guys. Okay, so I guess the deal is on the table, right? I want literally the sub to write a great report about every kid in here. Cupcakes are on me on Friday if I get a good report, guys. Okay? So, be good. Hey, have I told you lately? Y'all are awesome. Love you. Bye. See you tomorrow. Or Friday. Sorry.